his introductory part, spend a couple hours with the student. I would come in and do the fitting, and then he'd come back and finish up with teaching. We have completely changed the way we do things now due to an incident that happened several months ago where a customer came in. We did a session with him in the morning with the teaching, then I came in and did the fitting, and the poor fellow had been having a very difficult time even getting the comprehension of what surgeon was trying to get him to do, and much less performing. And then I started doing the fitting, and it was almost like a light switch went off, and suddenly the guy that had been struggling to hit a golf ball was now hitting great golf shots. He was performing the skill correctly. So what Serge and I have decided to do from this point on is, when we have a person come in that's going to do lessons and a fitting, we actually do the fitting first and then do the lessons, because we have found it easier for the person to do the PPGA swing and learn if they're swinging equipment that's right. Now, how do we do that? Of course, with their equipment, no. What we do is, with all of my demo equipment over there, we find something that is compatible with them and makes it easier for them to do the swing. So, a couple things that we want to look at regarding whether or not, fit first or learn to swing first. Well, let's say your clubs are too long. What happens? Forces you to do a flat swing. You can't get vertical and upright. So you're not able to perform the swing correctly. Your chances of grounding the club and hitting the dirt behind you are greatly increased. That gets to be quite frustrating. What happens if your clubs are too short? Makes you change your spine angle. It influences your ability to stay balanced through the swing, and can even cause you topping the golf ball as you come through and try to make a swing, because it's forcing you to have to stay down. And not everybody is able to complete that or do it successfully with the club being so short, because the natural tendency is, again, we want to pop up like a Pop-Tart. Club being too short, the chances of you are going to be to top the golf ball. Lie angle. Well, if your lie angle is too flat, toes going to hit, heels going to keep going, club face open, ball flies to the right. Club's too upright, heel hits, toe keeps going, ball flies left. You get very, very frustrated. You think, my goodness, I'm trying as hard as I can and I can't hit a ball straight. It's not you, it's the club. Alright, what about the weight of the club, which has a lot to do with the shaft? Well, let's say the club's too light. The tendency is going to be to come over the top, come outside in, cut across the ball, swipe, put clockwise spin on it, and there you go, hitting the big banana balls. Club too heavy, makes you get too steep inside, come inside, club face open, push the ball. All kind of things can happen with shafts that aren't proper. Too stiff a shaft, can't load it. Too light a shaft, it kicks too much, ball goes too high, you lose yardage. Gets very, very frustrating. Grips, too big or too small, can influence your grip pressure. If you get the club and you're holding it too tight, you don't release, therefore you don't hit a good shot. So basically, we get back to it, do you get fit first or learn to swing first? I think it's pretty much impossible to learn the golf swing without the proper equipment, especially if it's just totally wrong and you're fighting the equipment. So, alright, well, what becomes the most important part of it? So if I'm just going to do one or two things, what do I want to look at first? Well, I'd say probably the length, because the length of the club is going to influence your posture. And then, because if your lie angle is wrong, the club's going to dig and you're going to hit shots that are all flying, and I get very frustrated. Well, the weight of the club can come. Wow, that's a tough question. You know what? I don't think one's more important than the other. I think it's a total package. that in order for you to execute the proper swing and to repeat it, much less learn it, you got to have the proper equipment. Well, thanks for listening again today. This has been Doc Griffin. Hope you love the new one. Guys, I know a couple of you out there probably rolling on the floor. Thanks again for supporting the PPGS. And remember, better golf is just a fit away.